How's it going, everybody? Wherever you listen to this podcast right here, this is episode 126 of the TempahZone podcast, with your host, me, Amir Max, and that's all facts. And ladies and gentlemen, my special guest on the last episode of 2022, because you know we're going to keep it rolling, but this is the last episode of 2022. My special guest in the Zoom building with us today, y'all. I have this thing that I say, if your rap name is an acronym, you better deliver. And my guy right here absolutely delivers on many aspects. Dope flow, dope rapping voice, great lyrics, and a sound that is his. And I've been able to be good friends with this guy through Bars Over Bars, and just, glad to see the dude progressing and doing many things such as hosting and just elevating with every week, man. You just seem to be, keep grinding. The grind don't stop with this guy right here, y'all. I got CXP with us. CXP, what's good, brother?
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. How are you, man?
Same shit, different toilet,
No, I feel that, man. No, that's a good one. But I totally hear you, bro. Just, keeping the grind going. Someone like you who's always, working and staying consistent with it, man. Do you ever just want to take a break and step away from the world? How's that feel for you, dog?
That's a loaded question. Cause well, I always do. I want to take a break, every day, but it's two things that always stop me from doing so. It's my mind always wanting to create. I can never shut that off. And just, I get the opportunity through Bars Over Bars and mass made media to, give so many people a platform and an opportunity and a voice. And helping people can be addicting. I don't really see myself backing down anytime soon. So that's if not for those things and my love of the craft overall, I probably would have taken a break a long time ago.
Nah, I feel you, man, because burnout's a real thing and overworking yourself's a real thing, as much as rappers love to rap about working all the time. That is Scooby-Doo on the bong. Wow, that's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting Scooby-Doo to be on it. That's awesome.
I got a collection of these.
Yeah. That's great, man. Yeah, when back in my smoking days, man, I used to partake in the bong life, but I was always more like a joints guy. More of joints.
Well,
yeah.
I just didn't have time to roll up.
Yeah. Are you good at rolling? Or
I can roll a Dutch, but I'll leave it to my girl for the frontos. I'm no good with them.
Yeah.
Good.
Something. I know some people who smoke all the time and can't roll at all, and I'm like,
I get the Dutch.
Yeah. The Dutch is easy. The Dutch is a little bit easier. Yeah. So I feel you on that, man. But I miss those days. I had to step away from it though, man. It is what it is though.
It's not for everybody. A lot of people gotta stop, but I kind of live on it nowadays.
Yeah, man. No, I mean, whatever keeps you rolling. I mean, weed's the only thing that you can stay on all the time and just keep things rolling. Yeah. You can't do that with anything else, especially not alcohol. I mean, that's just insane.
Bro. I know. I tried.
Yeah. Yeah, you drink every day. Yeah, you drink every day. I
used to have a major drinking problem, man, but I find strength in the thought of the sobriety. So I don't really have an obligation to drink. And what used to taste good to me, alcohol wise, just kind of, it kind of is off-putting to me now, because I know how I get when I drink. So I'd rather just smoke, because nobody gets mad at the stoner.
No, definitely not.
Except for being late.
Yeah. Hey, well, since you say that, ladies and gentlemen, the CXP was on time. He was on this call before me. So you were early, man. Amazing. You breaking the stereotypes, bro.
Dude, one day at a time, breaking the cycle.
Oh man, that's hilarious, dog. Well, one thing I definitely want to, ask about when it comes to your music, dog, is just the flow is definitely something I listen to you and go all right, this guy definitely has been what sounds like been going at it for a while, man. Talk about what made you decide to put a song on all streaming platforms to put your name out there, CXP. What got the ball rolling for you?
Oh man, to be honest, man, it's to even speak on the reasoning for that, I'd have to give a little backstory on myself.
If you want it, man, floor is yours.
Yeah. So back in the day, the Mass Made Media is actually the second collective I've been a part of. Back in the day, you might know about this group I was a part of called Savant Visions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So back in the day, I just, I started from my basement, rapping with Armada Reckless. You're probably familiar.
Oh
He's
yeah,
the man.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I've known that kid for like, I don't know, at least 15 years, making music with him for 10.
Wow, I didn't know you knew him that long. Wow.
Oh, dude, that's who I came in this shit with. And fucking, I don't know. We used to just, rap from the basement, keep it real underground. But then I met this dude, Berserk, and he has this dope studio, Whiteout Studios. Shout out to him. Amazing, amazing production quality all around, and amazing artist too, and videographer, everything. But yeah, I was just a boom bap rapper when he met me, and like kind of like doing basic shit all the time. And he showed me like through like showing me new beats and like kind of coaching me in the studio that I was capable of a lot more than just the basic shit. So around that time, he shot like a video for me for free, and I recorded my first 2 songs for free just to like get me out there.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's really dope.
Yeah, man. Right. Shout out to Berserk. And yeah, just the response to the song and video that I put out were way better than I thought. So I decided after everybody around me kept pushing me to it that I should make this more serious. So I started doing shows, and did shows for like 3, 4, maybe even 5 years before I even linked up with Bars Over Bars. Like, so it's, for me, it's just music. My dad's a musician. My mom's a musician. We got music going back a couple generations in our blood. So,
that shit
it's
runs
just
in
kind
the
of like,
blood, bro. That's in your genetics, man.
yo, that's a cool story too, man. So on my dad's side, his grandmother sang backup for Louis Armstrong.
Wow.
And on my mom's side,
that's cool.
Yeah, on my mom's side, her grandmother danced backup for BB King.
Damn, bro. That's really cool. Some legendary people to have some connects with like that, like, in terms of your family. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I wish. You kidding me? I got no connections there, but
yeah, with them at least. Yeah, obviously.
Just cool to know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, hearing those stories, man. When you learn about your family history and that type of stuff, I mean, it's gotta motivate you to understand, like, oh wow, runs in the family. Let me tap in on what I may be capable of.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like because my dad and my mom are the real reason that I got into music in the first place. Like when my dad figured out I was doing hip hop and that he thought I was pretty good at it. And he doesn't really like hip hop. He bought me a studio setup for my 17th birthday. And I never really got too far with that, unfortunately, because I ended up paying for mixing. I couldn't nail that one down, but we'll get there. But my dad's a jazz musician and amazing at it, by the way. And my mom's a tap dance teacher. She also used to sing. And it's just having it all around me growing up and having them push me to focus on what they thought I was going to end up being really good at ended up being the reason I'm consistent with it today. So shout out to my parents.
Yeah.
And Berserk.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. I mean, it's those are humble beginnings, man. You know what I'm saying? And
for sure.
It's just, good you took advantage of the situation at hand, tapped into those talents that, as easy as some things may come to you, gotta work on it. It doesn't just happen overnight to spit bars. People from the surface think it's easy, but they have no idea. You can write. I always tell people you can write one verse. You might be able to write 5 or 10, but come back when you've been on your 1,000th verse or whatever. That's maybe a little bit long, but
man, for real, dude. The numbers, just the sheer amount of work. I've been doing this for 12 years. Like. First time I ever hit a professional studio, I was 14. First time I ever did a show, I was 16. And I've been consistent ever since. So it's practice really does make perfect. It does. My greatest advice I can give to people on that is to throw yourself at it fully and don't listen to people telling you that it's too much. Unless it's fucking up your bank account, then it's time to step back.
Yeah, you got you got to be realistic with it. And it's just, when you step into this game, you got to be smart about your budget. I mean, you can spend a lot of money on a music video. You can spend a lot of money on marketing, but you got to have a budget. And not everybody has super rich funds from, their parents or wherever the hell else they get the money from.
Nah, man.
All fortunate like that. So
worked for every hour of studio time I ever had.
Yeah. I could never ask. I mean, maybe when I was like in my teens, when I was in high school, I was asking my parents for money for the studio, and thank God that they supported my dreams and wanted to see me do well with it. But once I was in college, it was, you're on your own, buddy. Figure out a way to get it recorded. You know what I'm saying? So it was just simple stuff like that, man. But let me ask you about the rap name CXP. I know in your bio you have the meaning for it, and I know you've definitely explained on the show at shows. But for those who aren't aware, listening to this podcast and getting familiar with CXP, what does it mean, and why did you choose to title yourself with that name?
Well, it's a good question, actually. Actually, when I was really young, just starting out, it was just Control. It stands for control and experience, like the video game abbreviation. And like it was just Control, and then as I started to want to take myself more seriously, I noticed like there were other artists with that name, and I had also progressed a long time at that particular point from when I had started. So I wanted to find something that I could change my name with that would represent what I'm capable of now and what I've seen, how far I've came. So I added the experience. So it's control and experience, because I used to just try to control. Now from experience, I don't try to control as much. I deliver more of the controlled experience. There's a million different ways you can turn it around, but it all has the same meaning at the end.
Yeah, man. No, I think that's a dope meaning. And I think we all need the experience to get better with stuff. You know what I mean? And that's like this is saying, like that's what I think when I hear it. And that's why great point on your end saying like it has all these different ways that you can flip it. So that's just this is a really cool meaning, man. These rap names always got deep meanings to it. You gotta ask, man. You gotta ask.
Yeah, man. I couldn't do something basic. It used to be just way too basic. And I like that I could put an acronym to it too. But like if you stretched it out, there's actually a lot of letters to it. So I got some new T-shirts coming with that exact idea in mind. Big ass logos in the center of the T-shirt. I suppose this would be a good time as any to say that I got a shirt coming with Vibes Over Vibes.
Oh, okay.
That I just got the designs drafted. Shout out to Hero. He made them wicked fast. They look wicked good. Vibes Over Vibes already got a rough sketch up for me, so probably sometime around January we'll see those.
All right, man. Yeah, I mean, shoot. Let me know when it's available, bro, and I'll cop the merch. I've been trying to get more on my bag of buying more local stuff and not buying.
Dude, I need some Amir Max merch. Where's that at?
I need to make more merch. I need to push a design and pull the trigger on it, man. Going into 2023, I need to get on my merch game.
You know how I got my logo? Actually, I literally Hero asked me if I had a logo one day, and I didn't have one. So he just sent me over a rough draft, and that first one is the logo you see on all my shit.
Wow. Yeah, and it looks
so
great.
Just literally just hit him up and be like, man, I need a logo, and I don't really got any ideas. And he'll just send you a couple ideas. Shout out Hero.
And what's the bad part? I already have it. Shout out to Hero. The funny thing is I already have a PNG of 3 different versions of the Amir Max logo. I just need to pull the trigger. Like I said, I know I'm slacking, man.
Hit up Zach McKenna on Instagram. It's Hey Zach, draw me that. He made the CXP, did up the CXP shirts for a pretty solid number. I got like 25 to 30 for like 300 something on the low end.
Okay,
so, not too bad. Really high quality too. They last forever, no matter how many times you wash them. Don't shrink too bad either.
That's good. Yeah, that's what you want, man. I mean, you got to spend that money and make it worth it when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just found the right source. I mean, and that's definitely the way I got to go about it. Merchandise is a big thing, and it's a good way for people to support you outside of just listening to the music and sharing stuff. But
man. Yeah, people that might not even listen to the music might buy a shirt.
Exactly. Yeah, like I like how it looks. I'll wear that and support. $20, boom, or $30, 40, whatever.
Like my mom's got a shirt, my dad's got a shirt.
Boom. Yeah. There you go, man. Yeah. And who cares where they wear it? Who cares where they wear the shirt? They're gonna wear the shirt.
Wear it everywhere.
Yeah, wear it. Yeah, wear it anyway. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, I mean, you can always find a way to rock the local merch and find a way to finesse it and look cool with it on.
I got a cabinet of merch from people we're both familiar with, to be honest.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
like all of our friends, bars over bars. Other people that we know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way it's got to be, man. And I've been, like I said, I've been trying to just get more on supporting the local merchandise out here and wear that more. So even when I go out, like go to a bar or club and people are like, yeah, like, oh, this is my friend, blah blah. I take pride in that because it's like, yeah, you should do the same. Like that's what I'm thinking in my head. Like you should support local stuff too. Don't just wear Lululemon or Nike or whatever the cool Carhartt
bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, or even worse, like you buying Balenciaga when you don't got the money.
Oh, let's not even go there, bro.
Yeah, or Montclair, cool, not a less controversial brand.
Yeah,
less controversial brand.
Like M1.
Yeah, yeah. Tangent, but that Balenciaga news, I haven't seen it pop up on my timeline a lot. That's why I said it. I know that there's nasty stuff there and allegations of and what they've been doing.
Well, in my opinion, when a large, very profitable caters to the rich kind of business like that, it's a risky thing to say, when a big business like that gets into trouble, they got a lot of money set aside to shut down bad publicity, and that's why you're not seeing it anymore. Because they had people, influencers, then they can post about other things, and then that's how the topics just get shifted, and all of a sudden the next day you forget, somebody touched a kid or somebody got kidnapped or somebody died. Like it's fucking crazy.
Man, talk about Tory and Meghan, it's what
oh God,
they'll find a way to flip it. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just one of those things, man. It's media programming, it's just
like even that whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, like, kind of fell off due to other like completely irrelevant publicity.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, that got swept under the rug pretty quickly. And now, like when people make videos about it on YouTube, they have to I don't even think you can make a video on it. You'd get like demonetized, or it'd be hard to find. Like it's a whole
be hard to find. Exactly. They just fuck up your algorithm so nobody finds it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they know what they doing, man. Watch the media, y'all. The way they trick y'all.
But it's not even worth it to drop a line in your songs about it. Like,
nah, I wouldn't even. I stay far away. Like on my social media, bro, I don't post nothing news. Mm-mm. It's about me music. And other artists and music. Yeah, I keep it very, very narrow. I keep my opinions to this podcast, and I don't even talk about most of those things on here. Like it's the artists and just music stuff or just stuff I find worthy to talk about.
You could get canceled for not liking somebody's hair and saying it out loud. Like, it's not even worth it to have an opinion on shit vocally.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just and everything.
Keep it to the homies.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes life a lot more peaceful when you move that way. I've realized. So you don't gotta have an opinion on everything, man. But
all about peace.
Yeah, all about peace, man. And speaking of peace, being a host, you got to be a peaceful person and make sure you bring the people together and keep on your A game, man. What's your favorite things about hosting that you've realized over this year doing it?
It's coming from the days when I was praying that somebody would book me, and like in between when I was a part of Savant Visions. And meeting, like, just having, like, the gusto to remember to hit up the Bars Over Bars page and Hero and just try to strike up that relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. My bad. Yo, I totally lost the question. What was the question? Hosting.
You're hosting, yeah.
Yeah, just being the guy in the crowd to being the guy on stage to, then be getting the chance to be the guy with the mic. That's it's just it means everything to me to be able to give other people the platform that I prayed for years. From the days when I was a kid and in like high school, I kind of got like bullied when I was younger, and then I like kind of found my way into like a more popular spot and brought like my friends with me into that space so people wouldn't try and like mess with them anymore, to like giving artists that nobody was paying attention to. People were like ignoring, like giving the cold shoulder, putting them right on camera, you know, on live stream in front of the crowd, like, and like seeing like the joy on their face, like especially first time performers, like getting the chance to put on and curate lineups, like, and watching everything play out, learning how to DJ, like that. Shout out Hero. It's just nice to be able to pass on the experience you've been given for years onto somebody in like kind of a roundabout way. It kind of feels full circle.
Yeah.
That's why I take a lot of joy in hosting. Now, it does have sometimes its bad parts, you know.
Sometimes you deal with some interesting characters and you got to deal with the personalities. It's the name of the game.
And when something goes on in the venue, like there's two, as a Bars of a Bar show, there's two people they're going to go to. It's either probably going to be me or Hero if I'm like hosting the event. So we have to kind of be ready to handle things without being disrespectful and making sure we keep everybody's best interest in mind and not be what's the word divisive.
Yeah, divisive. Yeah.
Both, really.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
It's you kind of get the chance to speak, like what you said, how we got into this conversation, to be like an agent of peace. You know, you get the chance to, instead of being rude or being inclusive, you get the exclusive, excuse me, you get the chance to be like inclusive and, you know, nice and kind and make connections and see everybody get the opportunity they deserve. And that's, in my opinion, what being a host is, and curating the events is about, is giving everybody the experience that changed your life so it can change theirs.
Yeah, straight up, man. It's as simple as that. You gotta understand that there's a lot of different personalities, a lot of people feeling whatever, and at the end of the day, you gotta just find a way to keep things at a certain way to keep everyone going and to keep the energy right. I always commend, you know, the show promoters and people who put that stuff together, because, you know, I could imagine there's certain situations where people like, yo, like, let me go on now, or like, you know, blah this, blah that, like people showing up, and sometimes people get aggravated. Some people, like, you know, they don't treat hosts, or, you know, they don't understand how hard it is to put a show together. So and that's that stuff. Like, that's the side about hosting and putting together shows up. Like, that shit I don't like.
No, bro, it's like, no, this is not to attack anybody personally, like,
no, for sure, yeah,
but like, it's like the guy who like comes up like during his boy's set and is like, yo, let me do this one song, bro. And I'm like, I really wish I could. Yeah. But like, one, I don't know if you're going to do anything like that we're going to want to have on that stage. I don't know you. And two, we have like a business to run here. We have a time slot. If we run over it, they might fucking kick us out, and somebody we actually booked isn't going to be able to do their song. But people just see it as a personal affront, because you won't let them perform, and like, oh, why can't I get on stage? And like, that's when like being respectful of everybody and trying not to use anger or malice comes in key, because you can't be disrespectful. You have to err on the side of peace if you want to continue being in the business you're being in. Yeah. So that's just erring on the side of peace and trying to find a solution to the problem instead of getting rude and just kicking people out is really, I think, what got me to where I am right now.
Yeah, straight up, man. Word spreads fast when you're not a nice guy or a nice woman in this industry. Word spreads very, very fast.
We've seen.
Yeah. and like, you know, by experience, man, like promoters, like, just being blunt, get a bad rap. Like, people just like think promoters, and they think like stern people are not nice people. And it's just good to see like there's more promoters out here who are trying to change that narrative and you know, really, you know, do what's best in people's interests and really.
Well, why aren't we all chasing the same thing if we all have the same goal? That's the question that I pose to people that are moving like that.
Some people just want to make money, and then everything else is secondary, bro.
Division
Forget
and competition.
Your feelings. Yeah.
And division and competition was never the point of hip hop unless it was friendly.
Yeah.
You know, it was, you know, everybody just likes to make music, and everybody should have a platform to be able to do that. It shouldn't be about anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something I've always felt, man. But not everybody can be the cool guy. Some people just are about their business and will break hearts in the process. It's just unfortunate situation you see, but you just gotta find the good, and obviously you've found the people in your circle like that, man. But yeah, man, it's just dope to see you on your hosting vibes because you already got your your rapping bag down, man. But yeah, let's talk about the Uprise, man. This is a project that you dropped back in June of 2022, man. Talk about just the creation of that EP and what made you decide to go with the EP route and dropping that.
Well, actually, we'll bring it back to when I mentioned Savant Visions. That was actually a project that I had released while I was under the Savant Visions label, under all platforms. So it's already been released once. Yeah. Multiple years back. However, through no one particular person's end, I would say multiple conflicts internally, the label just didn't end up working out, and we all went our separate ways. Obviously, me and Armada Reckless still kicking it. Me and Honest and Clang, who is also a part of it, still kicking it.
Yep.
Me and Nova Moon are still cool.
Shouts all of them.
Yeah, it was a dope collective, made some dope music, but times pass, times change, people change. It is what it is. I don't have bad energy with anybody for it, but yeah, so then the person who managed all the channels, isn't going to keep managing channels of a label that doesn't exist. So my stuff ended up getting taken down because I wasn't running it myself. So when I linked back up with Sean Mikes and Mass Made Media, he decided that I should re-release it professionally because he thought it was a really good project. Shout out Sean Mikes. He's done a lot for me. So put that project back out on all streaming platforms. He shot the video for Sublime for me. Dope video. That was a good time. And it's the project itself means a lot to me. That's why I have the cover art looking so deep like that, because it's a very introspective project. Especially there's a bonus track on there that actually isn't on streaming platforms that I'm gonna get on there soon. When one of the first times I took psychedelics, I ended up in a room by myself in the dark at 4 a.m.
Oh wow, you must have been.
And I wrote
in space.
I wrote everything in my heart at that moment onto that page, and I've never really created a project like that. All the way to the song I shot a video for, what a lot of people say is the best song in the project. Like that, I was just trying to prove a point that Moving Castles track that I put out before, I don't know if you heard that, Autopilot, my older work, that I could do that sort of thing without a collaboration. Like there's a different story behind each of those songs. Like Usain even was meant to prove to people that without autotune, you can make a hit.
Absolutely, man.
Just every song was made with a different point to prove in mind, and a lot of them, there's a lot of deep stuff about my life on there, to just a lot of me letting out my anger about things, to just making good music because that's what I love to do. And I tried to wrap it all up in a small project because when I tried to clutter it up, I realized the message got muddied a little bit. So I figured a small project would get the message across in a way that people could pay attention to the whole of without losing interest. So that's why I went the EP route.
Yeah. EP route's a good way to go, man. It was a 6-track listen, and it was smooth all the way through, dog. I think you have like that, like your chorus game is definitely like tight on this project, man. But it's funny. I'm surprised that that's an older release. It sounds like that's impressive, man. Like it's just dope to hear. I just thought like that was some newer stuff,
Yeah, I mean, I posted about it, but nobody really seemed to notice that I said it. So I just kind of let people think what they want about it now.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I mean, I'm done correcting people. It's kind of getting on my nerves. So I'm just gonna let people think what they will, and if they ask, I'll tell them.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I got a project myself like that where like I released like a bunch of songs from like my last rap name, and so like I thought people would know because it's like a younger picture of me. Like it doesn't even have Amir Max on it. It's like, so yeah. So I understand that, man. Yeah, sometimes it's That's sometimes things just go over people's heads. It is what it is, though.
Yeah. Some projects deserve more spotlight than they originally got to, which is why we had to re-release it. Because in my opinion, it's some of my best work. Like, it's all solos, not a single feature on it. Like,
that's tight. That says a lot.
Well, shout out Nova Moon. At the time, he was pushing me because he thinks he was like, you as a solo artist, you have a lot to offer, and I feel like you spend too much time collaborating to get people to notice that, like, you as a solo artist, they just pay attention to who you're working with. So he said, what I want you to do while you're a part of this label was put together a solid project of just solo work that will let people know that you're capable of doing this with no help. So that's why I put so much into every song.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you was spitting on that shit, dog. Like, I'm hearing your flows. I'm like, man, like, how long did it take him to write some of this shit? Because, like, you're not like, you know, and I'm, you know, like, with the fast rapper, like, you're making sure you're saying, like, unique words and all that stuff. Like, people don't understand, like, that shit. Yeah. That's not easy. You know, it's not easy to do that.
I'm glad you said something about that, because I take particular care when people ask me how I write my lyrics and why, like, you know, it's like the wording and, like, you know, the vocabulary tends to be unique, is because, like, you know, the whole point of poetry and, you know, music, the basis of rap, those two things combined, is like to paint like a picture in a way that the average person might not be able to say, which is the whole reason that people are listening to you in the first place, is because you can say things in a way that they might not be able to, but they can relate. They just might not, you know, be able to put the words together themselves, which is why they come to you. So you sprinkle a little sauce under your words. You take average everyday words and you swap them out for their beautiful counterpart, and, like, kind of create, like, instead of just a statement, you create more of a proverb, like something that somebody could put on a shirt, put on their wall, maybe even put on their skin one day that they could live by. And that's like, it's like the whole point of being a musician, is to create something that is a full expression of your feeling that people can listen to and understand exactly where you're coming from.
Use them literary devices, damn it. They're your best friend. You know what I'm saying? And
bro.
Look up a dictionary. Use some cool words. Yeah, don't repeat no words. And like, it's
in a world like full of clones. You know, be different.
Yeah, man. You know, Eminem said it, man. It's like a puzzle. When you're writing a rap, it's like a puzzle, and just don't overuse stuff. Use things at the correct time. Find ways to tie things together. It's, you know, make it fun, but don't, I mean, you know, there's levels to it. You know, you can rap like you know, someone who's straightforward like Benny the Butcher, or you can who's very lyrical, or you can take it and be like Aesop Rock. You know, it's like one of those things. So it's like, you know, but have fun within the process, and like you said, be different, be your own person, man. And
word up.
Yeah, I totally feel that, dog. What's up next for CXP, though, man? What you got in store for the people? I know you've been cooking, man.
Oh my God, man. The amount of stuff I got in my back pocket is like a lot of people say this, but I can
No, I believe you.
Without really having to question it. You've seen like most of the stuff I perform is unreleased, and I unveil a new song like every other week. Like,
yeah, you know, I was noticing that when I was listening to the catalog. I'm like, man, this dude ain't released these ones. What the like? That's crazy.
Yeah, like, it's because I want to say everything that I'm doing right now, but I won't, because
say what you need to. Not what you. Yeah.
It's I have 10s, 20s, 30s of songs like in my back pocket, like multiple projects, kind of like ready. Yeah. Like videos ready.
Ooh, that's a good
features with artists that I look up to ready. And still coming, more videos coming. I'm about to shoot another video at the beginning of next month with Sean Mikes. And I'm just getting everything together, getting all my leases in order, getting all my paperwork together. And then 2023 is going to be a year that people see me go from having a couple songs in a project on Spotify to having music that they could listen to for a whole day and still run through new shit. That's what 2023 is looking like for me.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, yeah, you said it here, man, and now you got to deliver, and I know you will, bro. I know you will. I know you got that crazy catalog that you're ready to just unleash on them. That's ready to go, bro. So, you know, I'll be looking forward to it, man. You know, you got to send me that link. You know what I'm saying, dog?
I will.
Yeah.
They don't even know about our song, bro.
Yeah.
They don't even know nothing about that. Like,
I wasn't even gonna say, yeah, but exactly, yeah. There's stuff in the works, that's for sure.
that's the only time I'm gonna say something about it until it comes out. So
Yeah. That's
I'm keeping a tight lip on it until I'm ready to release it.
Yes, absolutely, man. Well, CXP, thank you so much for being on TempahZone podcast, man. Before we wrap this up, man, I gotta ask you one more question, and I ask this to every guest I have on my show with what they do. You were definitely dropping some dope points, but I gotta ask you, man, what's some advice that you would give to any artist who's starting out? What's some tips or points you would share for them?
The best advice I could give to an artist just trying to figure out where they belong in the space would probably be to not shy away from new ideas. There's not a direction you can go that can hurt what you're doing. Just approach everything with your full heart, Don't back away from a challenge, because challenges are typically how you figure out what you're capable of. And just make sure on stage, in the booth, even in your regular life, just make sure you give everything your 110%. Even if it's the smallest thing all the way up to the biggest thing, everything should be given 110% effort. And if you do that, then you don't have to worry about looking back to see if things are going to be all right. So just 110% everything.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. At all times, ladies and gentlemen.
All times.
You heard it here, man.
To the max.
Yes.
The max.
To the max. Yeah, we get absolutely. Where can the people follow you, CXP?
Instagram, I am CXP. You can find my music just about on all streaming platforms, like just basically all of them, thanks to Shawn Mikes and lovely people over at DistroKid. You can also find my recent release, Energy with Kava, under the Bars Over Bars platform. That song's got a lot of energy, so check that shit out. Other than that, man, Facebook, Snapchat, usual shit. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
Just not Twitter, because I hate that shit.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Twitter is crazy. That's fine to stay away
bro.
from.
It's people get crazy on there. It's just not worth keeping up with.
That's fair enough. Yeah, all the funny stuff just gets put on Instagram anyway. You don't even need to be on Twitter.
Exactly. So Instagram is.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Well, CXP, thank you for being on TempahZone podcast. I really appreciate your time, man.
Thanks for having me, bro.
For sure, y'all. That's another episode of the TempahZone podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tune in to next week. Yeah, we'll drop another one next week for another episode. Peace out.